Hello, I'm Mr. Franklin, and today we're going to look at types of reactions. We've been looking at how do we write a reaction and what is a chemical reaction. And today we're just going to look at ways to classify and to describe reactions. The important thing when we do this is, and the reason why we do this is, once we know what classification of reaction we're working with, it simplifies some options for us, and hopefully you'll see that here in just a minute. So we're going to start off with the first one. We're going to do types of chemical reactions, and the first one we're going to do is single replacement. And it's really simple. What that means is we're going to have a single element, in this case magnesium, and we're going to add it to a compound, in this case sodium chloride, and what's going to happen is this single element is going to, it's the positive ion, right? In magnesium is 2 plus on the periodic table with its oxidation number. Sodium is 1 plus. So the positives are going to switch places. So magnesium is going to come over here and kick sodium out. And so magnesium is now bonded to chlorine, okay? And sodium is now by itself. So we had a single element replace a similar ion in the other compound. So the positive replaced the positive ion, and now we got magnesium chloride plus sodium, single replacement. Guess what double replacement is? Instead of a single element, now we're going to have a double, two compounds. So the ions, so magnesium is bonded to fluorine, sodium is bonded to chlorine. So we've got this, they're going to basically switch partners, okay? So magnesium is going to switch with sodium and going to be bonded to chlorine. So we got magnesium chloride, and the sodium is going to switch and be bonded to fluorine. And so we will have sodium fluoride. That's double replacement. Okay, in a synthesis reaction, we have, it doesn't have to be elements, it doesn't have to be compounds, but whatever we have, when we put it together, the end result is a single compound. So we are synthesizing and putting everything together, okay? This is also sometimes known as a combination reaction, okay? Because we're combining them and get a single product. Decomposition is the opposite. We start with a single product and we break it into component elements. Okay? With combustion, now there's two types of combustion that we're going to look at. This one is just combustion of carbon compounds. So we could say of carbon compounds. We'll do metals later, okay? Because it's similar, but it's a little different. Carbon compounds, it's basically anything plus O2. So notice it's just oxygen, which means, because that's what we need for fire, right? You need heat, oxygen, and fuel. Okay, so this is our fuel, this is our oxygen, and technically we could actually put heat here because we're going to add heat. It's going to light this on fire and it's going to produce carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so that's how you identify it. Only has oxygen over here and produces carbon dioxide and water. Okay? Alright, neutralization reaction. This is where we take an acid and a base, it's also known as an acid-base reaction, and we're going to mix them together until the reaction is neutralized. Okay? When we get into acids and bases a lot more in coming units, this will make a lot more sense. But for now, how do you know if it's an acid? It starts with hydrogen. Okay, so we have an acid. Bases end with, for now, there's other definitions of bases, but for now it ends with hydroxide. So we have something that starts with hydrogen, something that ends with hydroxide. It's a neutralization reaction. And what happens? We always get OH plus H yields H2O, and then we get the salt, NaCl. So we always say a neutralization reaction produces salt plus water. Now, the gotcha with this is table salt. It could be sodium fluoride. That's still a salt. It's just not table salt. Okay? So it's basically going to be this and this. It's very similar to a double replacement, but it's always going to give us water and a salt of some kind. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. You've been working with some reactions. I want you to go through the sheet that I've given you, and I want you to just simply, the first part of it is you're going to label whether it's single replacement, double replacement, synthesis, decomposition, combustion, or neutralization. You're just going to label it. Then the second part is I'm going to give you the first half of the equation, and I'm going to see if you can write the product. And then I'm going to switch it. I'm going to give you the product and see if you can write the reactants. Okay? So give that a try, and if you have any questions, please ask. Thank you.